How's it going, everybody? It is I, Visual. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, and welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle versus Syvird over here in the OU tier. So if you do enjoy these, make sure to hit that like button on the video, and the team I'm using is in the description if you do want to try it out. Made by Meta Knights. It's a Trick Room team with offensive Mega Venusaur, Growth Mega Venusaur as well, with Sludge Bomb, Hidden Power Fire, and Giga Drain. We lead off with it as it leads off with Greninja. Thinking it's going to be Specs Greninja. Looking at his team, I see a lot of people use this team, so I kind of like know some of the sets when I played him. I knew it was going to be like Assault Vest Magnezone too, especially when it came in and took that Giga Drain, and judging on damage, it's definitely Assault Vest, like max HP. So I'm going to bring in my Alolan Marowak, which is Lightning Rod. I'm immune to the Electric type moves, and I can take the Steel type moves and the Fire type moves that Magnezone has, Hidden Power Fire and Flash Cannon. So that's why I like a little Marowak coming in there. And luckily he went for the Electric move. I'm free to go for a Flare Blitz as in comes Landorus T. Does a decent amount of damage, but I'm scared out by Earthquake, and he pulls a nice double into Greninja, expecting that. Probably predicted me to go into Crest or my Necrozma. So obviously I don't want to take a Dark Pulse. I'm going to go into Magearna. You could Hydro Pump on the switch in, but he doesn't, which is awesome. And I'm able to switch out over here, predicting him to want him to switch and go into a little Marowak, but he makes a very nice play, doubling down with the Dark Pulse, predicting me to do that. Not a lot of people do that, but Syvird did that, and he gets his Battle Bond Ash Greninja. Because obviously I could have just, Fleur cannoned him and destroyed him. But he predicted me to expect him to want to go into Magnezone. But I do have Focus Blast for Magnezone. He doesn't know that, maybe. But I go for the Trick Room now as he switches out into Magnezone, which he, like most people would probably do, but he didn't. Since he did predict me, which is a good play. And yeah, the Assault Vest Magnezone takes the Focus Blast like a champ, but it is going to go down to a Fairy MZ. I'm not going to risk missing Focus Blast again, or I usually do. So yeah, I just don't want to risk missing it and just kind of lose out my Magearna, just destroying his team, because it does really destroy his team, since he doesn't have good coverage versus like Fairy and Fighting and Electric, but who does really? So yeah. And though he does have Mega Lopunny and he can waste a turn of Trick Room with Fake Out, so that is something going for him. But I still got another turn of Trick Room left after that, and he's pretty much going to have to like sack another Pokemon to Magearna. And he's going to choose Tapu Fini for that, because we are +1 special attack, Fleur Cannon, max special attack, Quiet Nature, something is going to drop. But Fini dodges it, and Trick Room does end. But it's fine, because he actually doesn't even knock me out. No Scald or anything like that. Probably just Moonblast, Taunts, Nature's Madness, and Defog. So I go for the Trick Room. Awesome, he didn't go for the Taunt too. And now I'm back under the Trick Room, ready to sweep. But Fini takes it, so I guess it's running a decent amount of special defense. But luckily I do live that Moonblast right there. It lowers my special attack, which kind of sucks. I already lowered my special attack with Fleur Cannon, now even more with Moonblast. So I'm going to hope that this Fleur Cannon, 130 or 40 base power move, knocks out Phoenix and ranges that, but nope. Because we are really, really low special attack, like with all the drops. And now even more. So I think we're like -5 now. But luckily, Thunderbolt is able to knock out Fini. Pretty much, I think this around the same base power, or even not the same because of Stab with Fleur Cannon, and then Thunderbolt is doubled as well. So kind of the same. So in comes Lopunny. I'm going to switch right out because I'm not going to be able to do anything, and plus I expect a Fake Out to want to come out since he wants to waste my last Trick Room turn, which he does. But Lopunny can't do much to me, and I can just freely Trick Room up with Cresselia, and that's exactly what I do as in comes the Greninja, and it can freely just go for a Dark Pulse because all I have is Ice Beam, Psychic, Lunar Dance, and Trick Room on Crest, so yeah, usually Crest don't do much. I could have Lunar Danced my Mag, and I probably should have if it's the safest play, but I wanted my Mega Venusaur to do more things in most of my battles, so that's why I didn't want to Lunar Dance it. I'd rather Lunar Dance Mega Venusaur, and plus, he doesn't have much for Mega Venusaur in the Trick Room too, so that's why I want Mega Venusaur to shine. And I brought it in, he sacks Landorus T to Giga Drain, and comes Mega Lopunny again, ready to fake me out. I predict that, because obviously he wants to waste Trick Room turn, and I go into Necrozma, and Necrozma, obviously one-shots Mega Lopunny, Mega Venusaur doesn't, so that's why I wanted to do that, and plus, I predict him to switch out, predicting me to go for a Psychic move, and I want damage on that Greninja, so that's why I go for the Earthquake right there. We're Earthquake, Psychic, or Photon Geyser, not Psychic, and Trick Room, Stealth Rock, Necrozma with Life Orb. And we have a decent amount of max HP and a decent amount of special defense and max special attack. But Greninja is able to, knock me out since Trick Room is not up. Luckily, I do have a Soul Vest Celesteela, which he probably did not expect, and he is in range from the Earthquake. That's why I wanted that Earthquake damage on him from my Necrozma. I want him in range from my Celesteela, because I don't really have a surefire way of knocking out Greninja unless it's on the Trick Room with my Mega Venusaur. So luckily that happens, because it's a pretty tough time when he keeps, you know, faking me out and wasting Trick Room turns. So now it's pretty much like a, you know, really tough decision for him. Like, Megalopony can't really break through Crest, but he needs it to bust through my, you know, other Pokemon. He can't really switch into Kartana, and he's just gonna hope that probably, you know, Kartana could take Ice Beams, but it's not, since Kartana has paper thin special defense and it goes down to 2 Ice Beams. I'm pretty sure that's a Norman Z Swords Dance Kartana. I mean, I played this team a lot, the team he's using on like the Showdown ladder and just in Wi-Fi battle in general. You'll see someone else is actually using this team with this, like with the Trick Room team I'm using. It's pretty funny that a lot of people use it. So I kind of know the sets, which is awesome. And yeah, Crest just kind of finishes it off with the Psychics. Megalopony is not strong enough, unless it's Power Punch. Maybe it could break through, but Crest is just max defense and takes on Megalopony, and that's going to be GG versus Syvird right there. So pretty close game, really dangerous with the Ash Greninjas. And Swords Dance Kartana is easily like one of the best Pokemon you could run and the best breaker. And against a Trick Room team, that could easily sweep me, but luckily his Kartana didn't do much. I guess he just didn't really find a way to bring it in like SD, which is awesome. So that's gonna be it for Syvird. Next up we got versus Ariel over here. And Ariel, we got a Lopunny again, we got a Kartana again, a Lando again, and a Greninja. But this time we got Drajachi and Toxapex. So these dang Megalopony's ready to fake out my Trick Roomers, wasting his turns. But it's okay, we'll find a way. So I'm going to lead off of Venusaur again. I like Venusaur as a lead because it's my only switch into Greninja. So that's why I lead off with it. Because if they lead off with Greninja like what Syvird did, I'm kind of in a pickle, because then I got to predict Hydro Pump or Dark Pulse. And Venusaur at least can take both of those and Giga Drain. But I do want to scout for Flying Z Landers, so I go into Celesteal over here. But he just gets a Brox and U-turns on out on my Celesteal. So I'm guessing, okay, whatever. Maybe he's like a bulky Landers or something like that. Maybe he's not Fly Z. So I'll just go for the Earthquake, because I doubt he would want to stay in versus a Celesteal with the Lando. And luckily in came Jirachi. Get a crit, which didn't matter, because it goes down to 2 Earthquakes either way. Maybe if it did, if he wanted to switch it out, but he doesn't. And he hits me with a Fire Punch. Luckily no burn, because Serene Grace is a thing. And with half my attack, which Celesteal would not appreciate, because it's max attack with a Soul Vest and 4 attacks on it. So in comes the Greninja. He probably thought he would knock me off with the Specs Hydro Pump, but nope. Celesteal is able to take on that Hydro Pump and dish off a beautiful +1 Earthquake to the Gren, but it's able to live, unfortunately. So I'm going to go into my Venusaur. Venusaur is able to take a Hydro Pump, but it misses, which doesn't really matter too much because I would have just Mega Evolved and just Giga Drained and probably gained all the HP back either way. So, I mean, like, it doesn't even matter really. Unless, like, he gets a crit, maybe. But, I mean, look how much HP I do to Landorus, and I probably gain it all back with the Giga Drain. So, Landorus is not 2-hit killed, which kind of sucks. I would hope it was, but at the same time, I don't want to risk him going for, like, you know, Fly Z or any kind of Z move. So I'll go to Crest, as he does just go for the Earthquake. I dodge that because I have Levitate, and I can easily just go for the Trick Room, even though U-turn is super effective. Crest is max defense, and I can take that like a champ. In comes Kartana. Kartana, I probably don't want to catch a Z move in the face. Could be like Norman Z, so I'm just going to go into Venusaur and hopefully take that. And plus Venusaur does have the hidden power of fire, and I could easily just one-shot Kartana as well. And plus maybe he could go for knockoff as well with Kartana. But he just went for the Swords Dance, which is odd. Like, I have Trick Room up, so I don't know how you're going to be able to sweep me or break through with Kartana when I can outspeed you. Maybe it's hoping I just didn't have a move, but he scouted for the hidden power of fire right there and sacked the Landorus T to my Mega Venusaur. So I guess maybe he should have just attacked me. Maybe he shouldn't have anything. He just wanted to Swords Dance. I don't know. Either way, in comes Pex. I have the Growth, and Trick Room is going to end over here, so I just wanted to hit him with a nice +1 Giga Drain, and also see if he does have Haze as well, because if he doesn't, then I'm able to break through Pex with Mega Venusaur. That's why I like Growth. Most people don't expect Growth on Mega Venusaur. And it can really break through some walls that can't really, you know, get rid of Mega Venusaur like Toxapex, unless they have Haze, and he did. So I'm going to switch out into Crest, and he makes a very nice switch out into his Greninja, I guess, predicting me to do that. So if I Giga Drained again right there, that would have been awesome, but I didn't. So he is able to get his Battle Bond as I sack Celesteal because I don't have a switch into Greninja, and yeah. He's going to get his Battle Bond and destroy me. No, not really. Because I still have Magearna and he's locked into Dark Pulse. I don't want to bring a Magearna onto random Hydro Pump though, so that's why I sacked Celesteal. It's just the safest play. And then plus if he did Hydro Pump, I can go into Venusaur again. And then maybe double back, I don't know. So I'm going to go for the Trick Room, get that Trick Room up, and in comes Pex. Now Pex I can't really break through with Magearna. I'd have to switch out into my like Necrozma, but I don't really want Necrozma to switch in on a Scald because he could burn me since I am a physical attacking Necrozma. So I'm kind of wait until he keeps spamming Recover with the Toxapex. And also maybe I get a full pair on him with the Thunderbolt, 10% chance. And also maybe I crit too. Like, that's pretty much what I'm hoping for, is for him to keep spamming Recover or maybe switch. And then I can bring in Necrozma and just like do something with Earthquake or Photon Geyser. But I actually get pretty fortunate over here. One of these turns I crit him with a Thunderbolt, which I don't think really mattered too much. I mean, it did matter because obviously if I did bring in Necrozma, he could switch out Toxapex. But at the same time, like, he would have to lose a Pokemon either way to my Necrozma once I trigger him up too. I mean, Kartana could take a hit, but then I just switch right back and out the Venusaur. So, I mean, it would have been a lot longer game too, because he can always bring in Toxapex on my Venusaur, and I'd have to like just hope and pray that maybe Necrozma can just like whittle down his team with Earthquake and stuff like that. But still, it's kind of scary because Kartana is in, and it is Fight EMZ Swords Dance. But he didn't Swords Dance, he just Fight EMZ, so with the Trick Room gone, and he has +1 attack, and if he has Knockoff, he kind of just sweeps my entire team. Like, I don't have much for that. So I'm going to hope and pray that he doesn't have it, and luckily he does not. He has Leaf Blade, +1 attack, does not knock out a little Marowak. I'm able to KO him with the Flare Blitz, and down goes the Kartana. Would have been really scary, because most Kartanas, if they're normal MC, they would have not to knock off, but sometimes they do. Like, Kartana is just one of those crazy Pokemon that you can't really stop, and you just got to hope and pray that you have something that can deal with it, really. So, if he did have Power Punch on his Mega Lopunny right here, that would have been the play, because he would get +1 attack and maybe knock out Cresselia, but maybe not knock out my Necrozma, because Necrozma would just come in and Trick Room. So I don't know if he did have Power Punch, but he does. You will see. He goes for it right here as I Trick him up with Cresselia and go for a Psychic for a nice 2-hit KO. So I don't know why he didn't Power Punch on my little Marowak, even though at the same time, I don't think it mattered, because I think Necrozma would live a +1 Frustration or Return and get the Trick Room up. But, I mean, it would have been a play, to be honest. And maybe even Crest lives it. I don't think so, though. I don't think Crest would live a +1 Frustration or Return from the range it was at, because the regular one just did a lot of damage. So, last mod is Ash Garen, and I got to Trick him up. So he's locked into Water Shuriken as well, because he's Specs, and I can just knock him out with a Giga Drain, and that is going to be GG. Well, Sludge Bomb too, whatever, since he's already at red HP. That's going to be GG versus Ariel. Another close victory. Very, very came down to the wire. That Kartana was really scary. I was terrified. And also Toxapex as well, but yeah, Thunderbolt crit. So next up we got is versus DeadLights. See, I told you. Another team that, like Syvird's team, the same exact team. So I know it's going to be like Specs, Ash Grin, Solvest Magnezone, Landers, what was it again? I don't know, it was Rocks. Kartana was Z-moves, SD, you will see. Feeney's Defog, like Bulky, Spadef, and Mega Lopunny will Fake Out, so. I think, was Lando the Z-move? No, Kartana's the Z-move. Where is Lando? I think it's just defensive, for me, offensive. I know it didn't have U-turn though, I'm pretty sure. So, I was like, gonna use that to my advantage. So I lead off with Venusaur, like usual, because these guys have Greninja, and I don't want to lead off with anything except for Venusaur when there's a Greninja on the team, because I already explained it. Hydro Pump and Dark Pulse. So I'm able to just go for a Growth right here. I probably shouldn't have done that because I could easily just go for a Giga Drain. Like, what if he with Dark Pulse right there? So I actually switched out over here because I was expecting him to probably go for the Z move. So I went into a little Marowak because I know this Kartana is SD knockoff with Breakneck Blitz and I think Leaf Blade or something like that. But he SD'd on my Mega Venusaur when I could have hit and Power Fired him. So this is bad. I'm staring down at +2 Kartana when nothing on my team outspeeds him. And he is going to get a Beast Boost 100% because nothing can take it. So I go to Mag, predicting a knockoff. And I'm hoping that I can take a +2 Normal MZ. But nope, that is Giga Impact, baby. And Mag goes bye-bye. So now it's +3 Kartana. I'm hoping that Celesteela can take the hit because it's max HP. And I got Fire Blast on there. So I got to hit this Fire Blast and take a +3 knockoff. And lose my Soul Vest. I do take it. And I'm able to hit the Fire Blast and blow back the Kartana. So, phew. That was a bullet I just dodged. A very, very close one, too. So, Magnezone is able to trap me over here. I'm praying that I could be faster, because Magnezone, I know it's not running any speed. It's like max HP, max special attack, but nope. Celesteel's still slower, and it gets knocked out by the hidden power. So I go into Marowak, just hope and pray that he stays in and thinks he can Volt Switch on out, and he does. And I have Lightning Rod. I suck that in somehow with my rod somewhere, and I Flare Blitz him. Down goes Mag. Big, huge threat gone, because it could take hit from my Magearna and Venusaur as well. So, because I don't have Earthquake on Venusaur. So that's awesome. In comes Greninja. I just go for the Venusaur play as he goes for Dark Pulse. And then he tries to flinch me. 20% chance with that Dark Pulse. No flinch for you today. You get KO'd with that Giga Drain. So, phew. I don't have to play against an Ash Greninja today, which is awesome for me. Because then it would just destroy me with Hydro Pump and Dark Pulse. And if you flinched me as well, I would just have no switching to Hydro Pump at all. So that's why you probably should have switched out and not risk the 20% chance to flinch me. So then comes Mega Lopunny. I'm just going to go into my Crest. He goes for the high jump kick. Very nice. That wouldn't have done too much to Venusaur or anything like that, but hey, to each their own. He goes for the Frustration, or Return, whatever. Same thing. Return. And I get the Trick Room off, and I'm able to just hit him with the Psychic. But he goes into Feeny, so it's not going to take too much damage. And I can just go right back into my Mega Venusaur and proceed to just claim lives with Mega Venusaur because his team does not have good switches to the Giga Drain anymore. And plus Feeny, I know only has like Moonblast and Nature's Madness to do any type of damage to my Mega Venusaur, and even if it did have a Water move, I could take that too. Like Feeny can't do much to Mega Venusaur, except for like Taunt if I was a bulky one, something like that, and Nature's Madness, but not an offensive one. So I go for the Giga Drain. Landorus T does not get to a KO though, which is unfortunate, but I think still gonna stay in and go for the Giga Drain, just hope that it's a roll and knock him out. But nope. And Trick Room is going to end over here as he goes for the Earthquake, and it does a decent amount. It's a 2-shot on my Mega Venusaur. So I am going to switch out, as I do want to keep my Mega Venusaur because they can win the game. And just go to Crest, because Crest can take the Landorus T on easily. And I mean, I could also Ice Beam him too if I want to, but I want to get a Trick Room off and win with my Mega Venusaur. Goes for the Stone Edge, does nothing. Max defense Crest, we're hard body. And I could just Lunar Dance right into my Mega Venusaur, like I planned on, and try and win with it. As he just stays in and goes for the Earthquake right there. So bring Venusaur in. Gonna go for the Giga Drain and knock out the Landorus T if he wants me to. I mean, he could switch out, but he does not, and we knock him out, which is awesome right there. So he doesn't have much left for Mega Venusaur, but he still have a fighting chance with the Feeny and the Mega Lopunny. So he's gonna try. He's gonna go for the Fake Out. Gets a crit, which is nice on his part. And I go for the Giga Drain. It is a 2-shot, which is nice. But his return is going to do a lot of damage, which I don't appreciate. And I think, yeah, Trick Room does end over here. So I might get knocked out by another return. So I am going to switch out into Marowak as a sack. Pretty sure this Mega Lopunny doesn't have Power Up Punch, if I remember correctly. So that's why I wanted to bring in Marowak. Because if he did, that could be pretty bad, because maybe he can knock me out with +1 attack on my Necrozma. But at the same time, it is max HP Necrozma, and Necrozma is not a weak Pokemon. It is a legendary after all, so I doubt it would be. And just looking at his stats, I doubt it. So he actually switches out the Feeny, predicting me to go for probably like a Psychic move. But we go for the Trick Room right there. It could have been dangerous if he went for a return right there, predicting me to go for Trick Room, because then he could go into Feeny afterwards. And as I go for a Psychic, I take a Life Orb damage, and he could waste a lot of Trick Room turns doing that, and maybe win with Mega Lopunny in the end. But luckily he did not. And I'm able to go into Mega Venusaur on the Feeny. Feeny takes that like a champ though, holy crap. Like, it looks like it could almost not get to it killed by the Giga Drain. A max special attack, Mega Venusaur. Quiet Nature, or Modest. One of those two, Quiet Nature probably. But Mega Venusaur does not take 2. Because I get a crit! I think it still goes down, though, either way. Probably. I mean, I could have Sludge Bombed, but I wanted Giga Drain because I want HP. And I just want to take on the Fake Out Mega Lopunny as well. And plus, I mean, it doesn't matter because Trick Room does end, and it's able to knock me out. So probably should have just Sludge Bombed right there. But I guess I was pretty confident that Giga Drain would knock him out. I mean, even if it didn't, it didn't matter too much because he can't knock me out. And even if Trick Room did end, like, I still knock him out, and the Mega Lopunny comes in, and then it's still the same scenario. So it didn't really matter too much, even if I didn't knock him out. Because even if he went to Mega Lopunny, I knock him out with Giga Drain. And yeah, Necrozma takes the return from the Mega Lopunny, since, you know, it's just a raw return, and Necrozma is just hard body and takes it. And that's going to be a GG versus DeadLights right there. Next up we got is versus Hasui. No more Greninja, Kartana, and Mega Lopunny and Landorus. Whew. Played like a lot of those the past 3 games. So looking at his team, wasn't too sure. Like Sticky Webs, Galvantula, then I guess Grassy Seed, Hawlucha, and then like, I don't know, the rest. Like, you're just going to have to wait and see. It's a pretty interesting one, not going to lie. He leads off with Tapu Bulu as a lead off with something. I know it's not Venusaur, something else. Yeah, Necrozma. I wanted to get the rocks up because I think I just thought he'd lead off with Galvantula, and maybe I could just, like, you know, get the rocks up. It'd be pretty nice versus his team. So he actually turns out to be Light Screen Tapu Bulu. What the heck? I haven't ran into that ever, really. I've only seen like Weedle Tornado use that before, because I know that he likes Tapu Bulu a lot, and he likes screens on it before. So, and also, Hasui does like to run like a lot of Weedle Tornado stuff, so I'm not too surprised that he's using some Weedle Tornado sets, because he does like to run like a lot of his sets whenever I battle him, like competitive, Meowstic, and just some other things, like when we played. So yeah, I just go into a little Marowak as he gets the screens up, and I'm just going to Swords Dance right on, because Superior can't really do much to me. I don't think he can glare me because it's a normal type move on my Ghost type. Maybe he can, I don't know. I've never really seen that happen. I don't think he can, though. So I'm not really too scared to get Parrot, and if he doesn't want to Leech Seed me, whatever, I'll just stay in and Flare Blitz continuously. But yeah, he just went for the Leaf Storm in the grass terrain. I take that since we're max HP, and we are able to knock him out since, you know, a little Marowak at +2 attack, even with Reflect Up on their side of the field, is not able to take anything because it's a little Marowak with Thick Club. I think that's the name of his item. Thick Club, something like that. So yeah, he goes into Galvantula, I guess baiting a Shadow Club. What is it called? Shadowbone. Which is a nice play. I mean, it does waste Trick Room, but I'm also trying to waste his screens, which is good for me. So I just go for Shadowbone again, and even if it does not knock out Bulu, I'm pretty much fine with that because it just pretty much wastes his screen turns, and he won't be able to get them back up when I knock out Bulu. So his Horn Leeches aren't doing anything. I'm just, you know, gonna go for another Shadowbone, as I think his light screen ends right now, which is really good for me. And then this Reflect will end the next turn. Yeah, you guys saw right there on the bottom. So in comes Howlucha, which is gonna get its Grassy Seed, and I don't knock him out when he has a Grassy Seed plus the Reflect Up. So I'm gonna switch out to Necrozma, because Necrozma, even if he Swords Dances up, +2 attack, Acrobatics should not be able to knock me out. Since, you know, Necrozma's hard body and we're max HP, and I could go for the Trick Room, and lo and behold, we do not get critted, and we live the Acrobatics. And we get the Trick Room off, and yeah, we go for Psychic. I don't know why I'm not Photon Geyser on this. I don't know. I thought it was, but yeah, I'm Psychic. So, just a mix of Necrozma with Earthquake and Psychic. Probably should be Photon Geyser, though. Maybe. Either way, it works out, because he was +1 defense. Maybe it would not knock out Howlucha. Maybe it's just all calculated. Meta Knights, the guy who made this, you know, he had his reasons with the, like, 60-something special defense EVs on Necrozma, too. So in comes Jirachi. I just go for the Earthquake. It turns out to be the Z Happy Hour Jirachi. It is shiny, too, so whenever you see a shiny Jirachi, you can kind of guess it's Z Happy Hour, but most of the time, they may want to bait you, too, so... Baits you, not bite you. So yeah, Trick Room is still up. I just Earthquake him because the first one did way too much. Necrozma goes down to the Life Orb, and last mon on his side of the field is going to be, well, Galvantula and Magearna. But Galvantula's not going to do anything to a little Marowak. Unless you're going to have something like Protect and waste Trick Room turns, but nope, he doesn't. Because Trick Room is still up, and he gets blown back by the Flare Blitz. Trick Room does end, Magearna comes out. Now Magearna could possibly knock me off like a Flare Cannon, but he just chooses to just go for the Shift Gear. I guess hoping that I wouldn't click Flare Blitz. You know, you gotta hope and pray, but easy just Flare Blitz and knock out Magearna. And that is gonna be GG versus Hospi right there. And yeah, that is gonna be it for the Wi-Fi battles today. If you do want to Wi-Fi battle me, my Discord is in the description down below. That's where I get all my Wi-Fi battles from. You can battle other people there as well. And a pretty fun Trick Room team. You should try it out. Mega Venusaur did some work in some of these games, and a lot of other Pokemon as well. Sylvester, Steela, Necrozma, Magearna. I think the whole package just did everything. And we played a lot of scary teams as well. Like, all of these guys are good players too. A lot of good players that I play and upload. So yeah, that's going to be it. Peace, everybody.